Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports. It is November 1st already. I remember us like counting down the days for football to start. Now we're like full swing basketball, football, and we got Thanksgiving coming up. It's flying by now. But it's it is, man. We're getting right into the prime of it. We're still learning about these basketball teams. So it's like we're not really in the prime of it yet, but we're learning a little bit more every slate about what these teams look like, and we can't wait for Prizepicks to give us those free throws and dunks. I know we keep talking about it, but those are so fun to play. Cool. So yeah, it's Flex Friday on Prizepicks. We have our late night video that's already out. If you guys want a couple extra plays, we put 4 plays out last night for today's slate, and then we've got 4 more plays for you here. Before we break into that, if you guys have not signed up for Parlay Play yet, they're our new partner. It's a killer platform. If you guys want to check it out, they've got really great lines on here. It's always usually the consensus, what every platform's giving you, or you're going to find a better line on Parlay Play, but the multipliers are still generous. So if you guys want to sign up for Parlay Play, use code BACKDOOR. Make sure you put that code in, though. We're working out some details. We're trying to get some extra stuff that we can give you guys for signing up through any of our links. We're in the process of working out the details for that, but make sure you put that code in and you will get a 100% deposit match up to $100 plus a $5 free play. So you just make out a slip for $5. They're going to give you a promo play. There is a link in the description for that. And then Underdog, our other partner, if you use code BACKDOOR, you get up to $1,000 in bonus cash plus a free pick to help you cash your first slip. And Underdog's been killing it with alt lines. Underdog and Parlay Play both have really great alt lines. So, absolutely. All right, let's talk about these plays we're taking. So for today, I like Rui Hachimura. On Parlay Play, they don't have his full PRA. That's what I like the best, the full PRA. But I like this 19.5 points and rebounds. So I'm going to be taking that on Parlay Play. And then Julius Randle, 32.5 PRA. I almost took this in last night's video. So since it hasn't been bumped, I'm going to be taking it in today's video. I already put it in some slips last night, actually. So 32.5 PRA. I'm loving this. And then on Underdog, we are getting that Rui PRA at 21.5. I love that one. Got the Julius Randle, 32.5 PRA. And then on Prizepicks, we're also getting the 21.5 PRA and Julius Randle, 32.5 PRA. What are you getting into today, Jordy?
Yeah, so for me, I'm going to be taking, let me make sure this captures my screen. Not sure why it always does this, but I'm going to be taking Naz Reid for over 1.5 3-pointers made and Karl Anthony Towns for over 1.5 3-pointers made. And they are not on the same team anymore. And I do like both of these guys to hit both of these lines. We're getting both of these lines on Underdog, Parlay Play, and Prizepicks. For some reason, Underdog is pulling up my last night's play now, even though I have these new ones in. But they do have both of these on here. Let me just confirm that they're still here. Oops. And there we go. Okay, so yeah, all 3 platforms are getting all 3 of these lines. Parlay Play has the best multiplier on these. Not surprising there, 1.81x and 1.82x for both of these plays over there. So you're getting a 3.29x for just 2 of those plays there, which is really cool. I feel great about these 2 lines. I'll get into why, but that's going to be the 2 I'm playing.
All right, well, let's start breaking them down. I'm going to start with Rui. I really like him to get this done. This is an EV plus play on Outlier. The matchup is solid. 21st in points allowed, 16th in rebounds allowed, 28th in assists allowed. Through 2024, he's cleared this 4 out of his last 5 games. He just had a little bit of a down game here against Cleveland, which turned into a blowout, 134 to 110. So you can see that correlates with his minutes. And what he was actually doing. And you can kind of see a little bit of a trend here, getting into rhythm. You can see like the actual PRA was getting better, even though the minutes weren't like going up with that. So that's telling me he's getting in rhythm, but then he comes out and plays only 28.3 minutes in that blowout. So I'm going to be jumping on this one. Let's take a look at the over under. We have 232.5 over under 9.5 point spread favoring the Lakers. But we do have a situation here with Anthony Davis, game time decision, right hip soreness. He's probably going to play. D'Angelo Russell is also a game time decision. So if either of these guys miss, I think that still helps him. Again, we talked about it before, but even though he plays a different position, you see all of the like pivotal pieces to the team see a little bit of a bump in minutes when one of the key pieces are out. So I like him to get this done tonight. 21.5 is nice and low. And then the 19.5 PR is also good. I'll show you guys that real quick. All right. So yeah, same situation, 4 out of his last 5. And then, yeah, as far as the field goal attempts, you can see like he's averaging 12.6. He was going 12 or more in these 4 that he went over. And then he only had 6 field goal attempts in that game against Cleveland. So I don't think that's a tip. You know, it's clearly not a typical outing for him. So I like him to bounce back tonight, especially if we have D'Angelo Russell or Anthony Davis actually end up missing tonight's game, or maybe their minutes are just a little bit limited and they do play. But even if both of those guys play, I like him to get back into rhythm tonight. If we hop over to DG, that's Randall. Here's Rui. So you can see they actually like the PR the best on Prizepicks. So if you'd rather take that, go for it. Oh yeah, that's right. Wait, we're taking the PR. I think I'm getting, I like the full PRA. Okay. Let me figure out here. So yeah, they like his PR the best. So if you want to take that at 19.5, go for it. That's, it's what we're taking on parlay play anyways. 52.96% odds to hit the over, minus 134. And then we do have a couple platforms bumping this to 20.5 already. They like his fantasy score as well at 24.5. And then the PRA is still favored to go over, 51.24% odds to hit the over, minus 125. I just like the full PRA because, at a 2-point bump, I'm down, to just throw that in there as well. Because when he does actually get assists, it's usually around 2 or 3. So I think he's good for it. I don't think he's going to pop off for like 4 or 5 or anything like that. So if you prefer the PR, just go for that. That's what the optimizer thinks is the best play. Sorry, I've got to fix something real quick. Okay. All right, so let's talk about Julius Randle. I like him to get this done as well. He's done it in 3 straight, 3 out of his 4 games this season. He's got it done. The matchup is a little bit tougher. 8th in points allowed, 5th in rebounds allowed, 14th in assists allowed. If we take a look at this over-under against Denver, they're playing in Minnesota. 219.5 over under, Minnesota favored by 4. So yeah, I just think 32.5 is like something I'm totally comfortable with. We don't have anything of note. Oh, actually we do. Aaron Gordon, game time decision. So if Aaron Gordon ends up missing for some reason, I think this might get bumped, because that's who would be defending him. Overall, as a team, it's a juicy matchup. 24th in points allowed, 24th in rebounds allowed, 30th in assists allowed. It just tightens up at that power forward position. So if Aaron Gordon is out or limited, I think this is even better for Randall, but I like it either way. And you can also see, as far as his field goals go, it's like absolutely correlating. 10 opportunities, or 10 attempts, 5 made. This was what we were talking about when after this game, their coach was like, we appreciate you wanting to get other people involved, but in a nutshell, he told him, we want you to be scoring more, so take those opportunities. Then he goes and pops off for 33 points, 24 and 20, but you can see that like totally correlating with his attempts, 17, 16, and 13. So I don't think that this is going to keep going down. I think we're going to see this trend back up, maybe back up to that 15, 16 attempts, and it's just gone exactly. His shooting percentage has stayed consistent, 61% from the field through his first 4 games on 14 attempts on average, 63% from beyond the arc, and he's grabbing boards, getting landing assists. So this has just been solid. He's become like their main piece, which is kind of exciting for him since he got traded unexpectedly and was kind of dealing with stuff in New York. It's kind of cool that Minnesota is really making him. It's like Anthony Edwards is an absolute star, but they're making Randall feel like they really want him to be the guy there, which is awesome. And he's delivering in dividends for them. So I like him to get this done tonight. If we take a look at the optimizer for this, on Prizepicks, they like his assists as the best, but I just don't really want to go assists alone personally. But if you prefer, you could take his assists at 52.1% odds to hit the over -129. His PRA is juiced to go over as well, 50.48% odds to hit the over -120. And surprisingly, no one's bumping this up or down. It's just right there at 32.5. But if Aaron Gordon ends up getting ruled out, I guarantee you this is going to get bumped to 33 or 33.5. I would not be surprised. So that covers the 2 plays. If you guys do want to check out Outlier, it's awesome to be able to really decide on your plays. The optimizer helps us find plays and also just like look to see if you can get a better deal on a different platform, or how many platforms are getting this. What are they thinking about the odds? But Outlier helps you just really get into the details here with all the statistics you can look at. And then you can see it's like been pretty important for both of my plays to know the injury report. Potential key players in both of these matchups could be out tonight, game time decisions. So the injury tab's awesome. The insights about the players is awesome. I think there might have been an insight about this. Yeah, Julius Randle has exceeded 32.5 PRA in 17 of his last 19 games versus bottom 10 defenses for points allowed. So yeah, and I think that might have been the confusion in last night's video when I was looking at that. It's probably like overall, and I was probably on the specific tab. But anyways, if you guys want to try this out, just go through the Outlier link. If you go through our personal link, they're going to hook you up with a week for free. So just go try it out, see how you like it. And yeah, I forgot to mention it, but give us a like on the video, drop us a comment. We appreciate the support. And all right, Jordy, you can drop yours now.
Sweet. Yeah, so getting into mine here, I really like this Naz Reid and Karl Anthony Towns 1.5 threes over. They're 2 bigs who can shoot the 3 really well. Naz Reid, he's hit this in 3 out of the 4 games he's played already. Granted, he is going to a tough matchup here, number 1 in 3-pointers allowed. I honestly think that's just because a lot of centers aren't shooting 3s, and against Denver, especially not, like that's it's showing a value of 0. So that just tells me either the centers who are playing them aren't shooting a lot of 3s, and they're not playing Naz Reid every week. I'll just say that, or every day, or else this would be a lot higher. Naz is he's done pretty well this year. He's still getting pretty modest minutes. 25 minutes a game, but he is cashing these. He's had 2 threes, 4 threes, and 2 again. He put up 2 against Dallas, which is a really tough matchup as well. They have 2 really athletic bigs who are good at covering. In the head-to-head, this doesn't look too great over the long stretch, but honestly, like he's kind of locked it in lately with the 3-point shooting, and I think this year they're wanting him to do a little bit more of that. It looks like that anyway to me, so I'm comfortable taking this line. If you guys aren't, that's fine. I was just looking also at they still have the Jaden Ivey play up from last night, so if you guys haven't seen last night's video, definitely go check that out, because there's still a couple plays up from that video that I really like. So you could always replace this with something else if you don't like this one, but I like Naz a lot. I think this is a decent play. These are juiced to go under, 50.23% chance at -119, so it's kind of a 50-50 to be honest. So go with your gut. If you don't like it, you don't have to take it, but he is getting up the attempts, 4.5 attempts per game. In that game he didn't get any. He just went 0-2. He only had 2 attempts, but 4, 7, and 5 attempts. I'm cool with taking this. I was talking about that with the Jaden Ivey thing. It's just like a volume thing. The Jaden Ivey one's ridiculous because he's taking like 10 attempts a game and they have his line at 1.5. So with Karl Anthony Towns, I'm also taking his 3-pointers made. This season he's done it 2 times and he's just barely missed it in 2 other games. He's shooting 2.8 attempts. Last night, 2 nights ago against Miami, he went for 42 points. He had 5 3-point attempts. He made 4 of them, so he shot 80% from the 3 line. The dude is just looking really, really good with the Knicks. So, and the 3-point shooting looks like a part of his game. He's a sniper. If he gets going, he can really start nailing 3s. We saw like well, how many points did he score in that game last year? Like 60 something points or something, and they still lost that game. But he he can really get hot. So hopefully tonight is one of those nights where he can just at least cash us too. The matchup is really soft, 27th against 3-pointers allowed to centers, so he's got a soft matchup here. The Cat's biggest problem is he always gets in foul trouble. Already he's been fouled out once, and in that game against Miami he got in really bad foul trouble early. He had 5 fouls and he couldn't come back in until like late in the 4th. So that's always what you're scared of with the Cat, is he's going to get handsy and start fouling people. That's just like the biggest fear anytime I take anything of his. This is also juice to go under, 50.76% chance and -122. Like I said, you don't have to take these, but I feel comfortable with them, so I'm going to be rolling these for sure. With this Knicks game, there's obviously some blowout potential here. 6.5 point favorites, 218 over under. So hopefully the Pistons can just stay in there. They're a really fast paced team, and the Knicks have been struggling against the pace this year. So hopefully they can just keep the game close and the Knicks don't just blow them out or something and Cat's not on the floor. But when it comes to this Denver game, it's a 4-point favorite to the Timberwolves at 219 over under, so that should not be a blowout. If Aaron Gordon doesn't play, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how they adjust. But Karl Anthony Towns is also a game time decision, so I like what I was looking up is that they're saying he's leaning towards playing. If you don't like this play and you're feeling a little sketched out about it, I do have this right here that I built. This is my like little 6-man here, and Lou Dort's 3-pointers I really do like a lot as well. So I wanted to show you guys this just as an honorable mention in case you wanted to throw this in instead of Cat or Nas. But his 3-pointers look really good. He's hit it in 2 out of 4 games, but lately he hit 4 and 6 3-pointers in the last 2 games, and it's at 1.5. So I like this one a lot too. I like playing 3-pointer props. I know not everyone does, but they're definitely a little bit riskier. But Lou Dort is a 3-and-D guy, so that's what he does. So I really like Lou Dort as well, just as an honorable mention. But that's gonna cover my plays. But if you guys want to check out Daily Grind, this is the best part about it. You can look up Karl Anthony Towns, or with that Dort play, we can just type in Lou Dort, and you can see that his 3-pointers are also they're actually favored to go over -119. So that's the cool thing with this app, is you can look up whatever you want. If you're looking like at a play and you're like, oh, it looks pretty good, and then you look it up and you confirm that the odds makers are also on your side and they're like, yeah, it does look good. That's always a good feeling too, if you want to just confirm your plays, or you can find plays. If you just look at like right here, this is the whole board, and you're just like, oh my god, look at all this value, and you can go through and just pick out what looks good. And then that's the best part about putting this with Outlier, is these two just go hand in hand, because then you can go over to Outlier and be like, okay, let's see what he's done in his first half, and go to 2024 and be like, okay, well, he's hit it 3 times, I think I like this play, and confirm it. So they really go hand in hand. But DG is definitely one that you should have if you're doing this a lot. If you're doing DFS a lot, Daily Grind is too good to not have. So there's a link in the description below if you want to check it out. They'll give you a 25% off of your first purchase if you use code Backdoor at checkout. So whether you want to lock that in for a couple months or a year, that is totally up to you. But they'll give you 25% off your first purchase for that. And if you guys also want to check out Chalkboard, there's a link in the description for that below. It's another DFS app. They don't have a desktop app, or else we'd be showing you it a lot more, but they're also awesome. They run like the most specials for sure. They run like 6 specials a day per sport. So like they'll have like 6 for NBA, 6 for NFL. So if you like specials and you like getting discounts on your plays, definitely go check out Chalkboard. Use code Backdoor at checkout to get a 100% match on your deposit, and they'll give you a free play to help you cash your first slip. So that's going to cover everything for me today.
All right. And for DG, it's code Backdoor as well. If you want that 25% off. All good. I couldn't remember if you said it or not. Yeah. Cool. So if you guys want to come check out our Discord, well, it was up. You just go through the Patreon link in the description of the video. Sign up through Patreon, and I will show you here in just a sec how to lock that in. So once you sign up through Patreon, you go into the Patreon settings, and then there's a connected apps option in the menu bar, and then you just connect your Discord right there. So yeah, if you decide to do that, make sure you hop in the community chat. Let us know that you're new to the community so we can welcome you. And we also have our boy Moose in here, who's another analyst of ours, dropping plays. You can come follow us on our socials. It's just at Backdoor FS on all of our socials. So we're most active on X, but we're on Instagram, TikTok, and then you can follow Jordy and I. We have all of our handles in the description of the video. But also go check out Moose. He's down here. I'm going to be scrolling forever. There he is. Sweet. So yeah, go check out Moose. He posts props really frequently as well. He loves doing like the two-man props. So if you want some free plays, just go follow Moose, and he'll be hooking it up all the time. So have a great weekend, guys. Once again, hope you had a good Halloween. Looking forward to getting into this Sunday slate for football. And actually, that's what we'll be talking about. So when we're done here, we're going to be hopping into the Fantasy Football Podcast to get you some starts of the week for fantasy football and break down the Sunday slate. So have a great rest of your day, guys. We'll catch you in the next video.
Good luck, guys.